Hello everyone, welcome back to Sense Business Studies. So today we'll be learning an IGCSE business topic. The purpose of accounting will be just learning the basics of accounting. Please subscribe to Sense Business Studies, and I am having my own YouTube channel as well, Crazy IGCSE. This is my channel. You can go and subscribe to it as well, and Sense Business Studies. Thank you. Now let's get back to our topic. First, what's the importance of accounting? You need to keep systematic record, protect the business properties, to know the profit or loss, and to ascertain the financial position of a business. You need to know whether your business is in profit or loss, and you need to know the financial position of your business. That's why we require accounting. So there are users of accounting information. There are two types of users. One is external users and the other one's internal users. Now let's have a look at who are external users and who are internal users. So external users are the users who are outside the business, and those include lenders, governments, investors, consumer groups, external auditors, and customers. And internal users are the users within the business. So they're managers, officers, employees, internal auditors, sales staff, and owners. Now let's see the difference between bookkeeping and accounting. So here we can see recording, classifying, summarizing, and bookkeeping. So recording and classifying comes under bookkeeping. These two are part of the bookkeeping process, and summarizing and bookkeeping come under this is not bookkeeping, this is summarizing and interpreting comes under accounting. So accounting process includes of summarizing and interpreting. So bookkeeping is recording and classifying. It's a primary stage, it's done first, and it maintains the records of financial transaction, and the job is routine in nature. Accounting is summarizing and interpreting. It's a secondary stage, it's done after bookkeeping, and it's to ascertain the net results of operations, and the job is dynamic and analytical. Now let's see the difference between assets and liabilities. So assets are something that a business owns. It's something that is with the business or is of the business, and liability is something that the business owes. So liability is when, for example, you're liable to pay someone. When you're in debt you need to pay something to someone, so that's your liability. That's what liability and assets mean. Current assets are liquid assets. This means these are the assets which are more liquid, and that means that they can be converted into cash quickly within a year. So that is called current asset. Non-current assets are non-liquid assets. This means these are non-liquid assets which are not very liquid, which means they cannot be converted into cash within a year. Current liabilities are obligations which are due for settlement within 1 year. It could be like short-term loans, because short-term loans we need to pay within a year. Non-current liabilities are obligations, the debts not paid within 1 year. This means these are the obligations not due for settlement within 1 year. This could be like a long-term loan. Let's look at the examples of assets and liabilities. So liabilities contain capital, loan, trade payable or creditor. Assets include vehicles like motor car, building and land, houses, furniture, loose tools, equipments, bank, cash, machinery, inventory, trade receivables or debtor. Examples of current assets are cash, bank, inventory or stock, trade receivables, debtor. Non-current assets are basically like the fixed assets, and fixed assets are assets which are there for long term, which are there for a long time in the business, and these include vehicles, buildings, furniture, loose tools, equipments, machinery. Now example, you buy a van for your transportation of your goods. So you're not going to sell your van within a year. You're going to keep it for more than a year. That's why they're called non-current assets. Current liability includes short-term bank loan, trade payable or creditor. Non-current liability include long-term bank loan, uh, long-term bank loan, long-term bonds payable. Business transactions are economic events with a third party. That's third party that is recorded in an organization's accounting system and is measurable in terms of money. Example, XYZ sold goods to ABC. So this is an example of a business transaction. So there are two types of transactions. A cash transaction. A cash transaction is when you make immediate payment, and credit transaction is like when you take credit from someone. Payment is postponed for a future date. Now there is an accounting equation which you will have to always remember. Assets are always equal to liabilities plus owner's equity. Owner's equity means capital. So liabilities plus capital is assets. Now there are types of capital. So there are three types of capital. Startup capital means the initial money put in for the setup of a business. Additional capital means more capital is introduced by the owner of the business, or it could also be through shareholders. Working capital is the money used to run daily expenses. Now there are two meanings of capital. So capital has two meanings. One is machinery and the other one is money. So they could say that the capital invested, that will mean the money invested. Machinery could also be called capital, the equipment or the machinery you're having in your business to run your production process. That could also be called as capital. Now let's look at what a double entry system means. So a double entry system is when a business transaction involves two or more accounts. Now let's see what account means. Place where a transaction is recorded, and every transaction has two impacts. Now the first impact is debit and the second impact is credit. Now debit and credit are very important terms in accounting. You'll have to know the meanings of them. And the meaning of debit and credit will be explained now. So debit means when you're recording an amount which is owed. So here the amount is owed. That's when you do it on the debit side. Debit side means on the left side. And credit means recording an amount received. So here credit will be the amount received and credit side means on the right side. So now to know when do we debit an item of an asset, liability, capital, income and expense, and when to credit, you'll have to learn this table. So when there are assets and when the assets are increasing, for example, someone deposits cash into your account, your asset is increasing. That means it will be debit. And if it's decreasing, it will be credit. Assets and expenses have the same entry. When they increase, they are debit, and when they decrease, they are credit. However, liability, capital and income, when they increase, they are credited, and when they decrease, they are debited. It's just the opposite of assets and expenses. You'll have to memorize what needs to be credited and what needs to be debited from this table so that it's easier for you to identify the entries of each item. The difference between income and expenses. So income is when the money is coming into business, and expense is when money is being spent by the business. So that means money is going outside the business. Also remember, whenever you're seeing which entry is debit and credit, you should always think in the point of view of a business, not as a customer or anything. As a business you should think. Now in the next lesson we'll be learning the accounting concepts, and we'll see the meaning of each concept as well, and we'll try out some examples of recording entries. Also, we'll see the examples of expenses and what comes under incomes and all of that. Please subscribe, like, share, and comment. And also comment down below if you know the 5 main accounting concepts. Name them. Thank you.